Hey, good morning. Hope you're all well. Excuse me a second. Have a obligatory cup of coffee. A quick update. Up Pompeii, Frankie Howard. Bless him. A quick update on our entry into the group build, Jaroma Modellbau. Group build. I have a confession to make. I'm not going to finish on time. I failed on this one. I'll tell you why. Alright, there's been a few days where I've just not had the time to work on this one. There you go. There you go. That's it. That's it. The reason being, really, and truthfully, is the bikes are so damn fiddly to put together and so time consuming. I mean, I honestly gotta say, I can't think I've done anything that's been anywhere near this difficult to build. I tell you, if you want a difficult, challenging kit to keep you occupied and to really give you a challenging build, this is it. This is the one you want to get. That's the one you want to get. And I can't think I've done anything that's been more challenging than this. I mean, some of the parts you're working with on these bikes are like microscopic, literally microscopic, like little caps for the fuel tank, the sump, and there's a little tank on the side of the bike. I don't know if that's for oil, perhaps, I don't know. But you've got 3 caps. They're like pinhead size. And it's like a lot of these parts of these bikes. I'll show you the bike in a minute. You're terrified when you're cutting them off the sprue that they're going to go or just go into the ether somewhere. And you might cut one off and you think, ah, damn, it's got a little bit of sprue left on it, a little nub of sprue left on it. So you now have the challenge of getting that off without the thing going across the bench or just disappearing. Or you got bits you're terrified of breaking because they're so thin and fiddly, like the rack that goes over the back seat. There's a rack. Now that rack comes in 3 parts. Each part incredibly flimsy, incredibly delicate. So you got to get them off the sprue without busting them, which is a challenge. Once you've got them off the sprue, there's like little nubs of sprue where they was attached to the sprue. You know what I mean. You've all made models before. So what you're trying to do now is clean the thing and get rid of those nubs without breaking the damn thing. You know, I did these racks yesterday. There's 2 bikes, so that's 6 pieces. To get them off the sprue and cleaned up, that was a good hour's job, just to do 6 little bits. It's the most incredible thing I've ever built. I gotta say it. I mean, they're gonna look lovely when they're done, don't get me wrong. Bronco have made a nice kit. I'm not knocking Bronco. But this is a seriously challenging kit. And it's not for the faint-hearted, and it's not for, certainly not for a beginner. You know, it's seriously challenging. In fact, it's so challenging, I went online, I went on YouTube, and typed the name of the kit in. I wanted to see if somebody else had built it, and what they thought about it. Nobody has had a go. Well, obviously people have had a go. Somebody's had a go at this kit somewhere. But as far as YouTube goes, there was nobody that had a go at this kit and put up a video. I'm the only one. So yeah, seriously challenging and time consuming. The hours I've spent on these bikes. Let's put Frankie Howard down a minute, and I'll show you the bikes. Right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the focus on this to autofocus a minute. Well, yeah, autofocus. There you go. Excuse me, I've gone a bit blurred. Now you see the piece that keeps the bottom of the front mudguard to the bottom of the forks. That piece was so flimsy and so frail, the first one busted. So I didn't, on the second bike, I didn't bother with it. I made this equivalent piece out of equivalent gauge brass wire, and I put brass wire there, and it'll look fine when I've sprayed it. It's going to look no problem at all. I'll show you the rear end of the bike as well. There you go. Chain guard, annoyingly fiddly to fit. There's the rear end with the exhaust. So, oh, let's get this up. There you go. So, let's get this back to manual. Focus a minute. Make sure I'm in focus. There you go. So, an incredible thing to put together, or two of them to put together. Incredibly time consuming. There's still a reasonable bit to do on them now. I've got the rack to fit on the back, over the back seat. Two panniers to put on each side of the back wheel. Got them to do. One or two little levers to put on. And what I'm hoping to do is put some cables on there as well for the front brake and the clutch. I got appropriate gauge wire here that would do that very well. So hopefully we can do that. We can put the cables in. I'm going to spray these. I'm going to get the spray brush out, which is good. It's going to force me to use the spray brush, which I should have done ages ago, but I didn't get around to. Because there's no way you're going to paint them bikes by hand, because you'll just, like the photo etch spokes and stuff, you'll just do them a naughty. So they do need spraying, these bikes. So that's what we're going to do. What I've done is I've drilled a hole in the sump underneath, so I can put the bike on a piece of wire and spray it that way. And I'm intending also to take the wheels off, because the wheels are not fixed in. They'll go round. I'll take the wheels off and I'll spray the wheels separately. I've drilled holes in the wheels, so I'll put them on some bits of wire and we'll spray them separately and paint them separately. And what I've also done is, what I also thought was, once the wheels are done, I'll leave a little bit of that wire sticking out, and then I can fit those pins into the baseboard to keep the bike in place. That's what I thought, which is what I normally do with, like to do with figures. I like to pin them to things, boards or bases. So that's what we're going to have a go at. Obviously I'll prime them first, and then we'll go over them with the appropriate green. I think it's olive drab. Let me have a quick shift here a minute. Where's my box? I would think it's olive drab. It should tell me in the instructions. Yeah, olive drab. So we'll do it for that one, 30 core. That'll go nice with our Arnhem project. But I tell you one thing, folks. I would seriously not like to build this kit again. But I'd be very interested to see somebody else have a go at it and see how they get on. But to me, this is the most challenging kit I've ever put my hands on. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What I did, excuse me a second. What I did was I bought some big bottle of purple paint, actually, acrylic. And I'm going to put some of that in the spray gun first and get a sheet of paper and just have a go with the spray gun to get the hang of it, because I've never used a spray gun before. So we'll just do it with some cheapish paint and just get the hang of it before I tackle these bikes. So I don't want to make a pig's ear of them. I've put in all this work, so that's what I thought I'd do. So that's where we're at with the group build. It's not going to be finished on time. If you was to build these bikes or have a go with this kit, you would understand why. When I went into this kit, I had no idea that it would be this fiddly and this time consuming and this challenging, but that's exactly what it is. Lovely kit by Bronco. I'm not knocking Bronco. They've made a fantastic kit, and when they are done, these vignettes, they're going to look really, really good, but just very challenging. So that's where we're at. Anyway, I'm starting to lose my voice now, as quite often happens. We've been at 13 minutes, so I better piss off. I'll go in a minute. I've got an appointment in a minute with an organic corn-fed chicken, which will make a nice eating, I'm sure. But quickly, here's something that comes through the post, which I thought was ideal. Excellent SAS regiment, complete with a let's see if I can get that a bit better focus. No, it's not going to do it, is it? Let's have a look. There you go, that's better. With well bike and a drop tank. So that's lovely. That's SAS. There you go. I must be buying something with another bike. I must be a glutton for punishment. But they'll go well with our Arnhem project for sure. Fantastic. So there we go. That's where I'm at. Hope you're all well. Or as well as can be, avoiding the storms that we've been having. We've been having torrential hailstorms here. But anyway, thanks for watching. Anybody that subscribed recently, thanks very much. You're all fantastic. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, push the notification button below and the bell and all that business and the subscribe button. You won't miss anything. You'll see these bikes when they're done, these Triumph motorbikes, which are going to look fantastic. So I'll get them finished. I'm going to have a crack at the panniers in a bit when I've got this chicken in the oven. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Something interesting coming up for the next giveaway. So God willing, see you in the next one. If I can turn this thing off. There you go.